Come on. Straighten it up. Get that dick out of that dick. Get that dick out of that butthole.
You don't know where that dick has been in your dick?
I thought you were dead.
Sun out of your eyes and be yourselves.
Or you were dead.
She's dead, wrapped in plastic.
That man's dead back there.
It was worse than dead. He must be dead. Is this a dead man, Doctor?
Oh, God! Oh, Jesus Christ!
Hello, welcome back to the Roast Mortem Podcast. I am David Duchovny.
I'm David Danielson.
I am Gillian Anderson.
And you got nice tits tonight.
Ooh. Oh, shit. Wait, so what are our names, actually?
My name's Tom.
I'm Travis.
I am your Cody for the evening.
Who is also your Gillian Anderson for the evening with the best hits on a redhead you've seen in months.
Do you know about the Gillian Anderson effect?
No, what's that?
Just her character in Scully had a lot of little girls wanting to become a scientist in the 90s.
Great.
Great.
As opposed to those ad campaigns that they send to colleges now that tell a bunch of women that there's not enough women in STEM, and then it drives women away from STEM.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, so we need more Gillian Andersons.
Yeah, make more Gillian Andersons.
Make inspiration, not lectures.
I just wish I was Pamela Anderson right now.
Yeah, that made a lot more beach people.
Yeah, there's a lot of beach people, a lot of balloon tit.
I'll watch your bae.
So how's everyone's week? Were you bae watching this week? In the
I
cold?
was not. Dude, it's so fucking cold.
I hate cold. I'm tired of this shit.
I love it. I live for this shit.
It's not even fun cold. Like you can't, we can't do the boiling water trick here.
Every cold is fun cold.
That's not true. No one cares about how we feel. This is an auditory experience for our listeners. Why are we telling them about our temperature?
Tom, it sounds like you're in a real hole right now.
Oh, I am. Thank you for bringing that up. I would like to tell exclusively our listeners who listen to heavy music that I have a new podcast out. It's called The Heavy Hole Podcast. It's me, Will from Artificial Brain, Afterbirth, and Buckshot Facelift, and also Justin Walland, a good friend of ours. He is the perma guest, pretty much there all the time, grinding with us.
Yeah, Will was on our John Mitten episode.
That's right. And if you like the sound of his voice, you can get a lot more of it there.
Love that voice.
Yeah, check out The Heavy Hole Podcast.
Yeah, even if you're not into heavy music, they got some funny stories.
That's right.
What you got already, like 5 up there?
As of the release of this, we have 10 recorded and 5 are published.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And we got a lot of really cool interviews so far. We got Mortal Decay, Malignancy. We got Frank Rini from Internal Bleeding. A lot of classic stuff right off the bat. Yeah, I'll tell you something.
Well, I'm just saying all of the things you said sound like a disease. Even the man's name sounds like a disease. Reniisms.
It does sound a little bit that way, but he's a true gentleman.
Renal failure.
He didn't curse once during our entire interview. Real gentleman. Yeah.
I can't even fucking imagine.
Yeah, a lot of respect for that gentleman. But look, this isn't the heavy hole.
Yeah.
That was just a little plug.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
Little plug of the hole.
That's
know
right.
What I mean?
Yeah. I plugged the hole.
Plug the hole. Thank you, Tom.
And also,
good hole plug.
Cody came up with the name. Now, he does not like heavy music, but he's good with the words.
I named this podcast, too.
Yes,
think.
that's true.
He's a word boy.
Yeah, you're a word man.
You got a podcast? Give me $1. I'll name it.
Is anyone going to ask me a question?
No.
How was your stupid, dumb week, Travis?
Oh, thanks, jackass. Because, not right now, but the day this comes out, I'm going into surgery.
Oh.
And my stomach is being cut open because you fuckers ruined me.
Finally.
This is how's your week gonna be.
Yes, but I'm dealing with it right now. It's mentally. Dealing with the mentals.
Well,
I had to scrub my belly with something all week.
Did you just call Tom and I mentals? Like,
yeah.
Dealing with the mentals.
How do you think we should handle this throughout the podcast? We should just ignore it, right? Get onto the funny stuff.
We'll
Give him another hernia.
Yeah,
I don't feel bad for you.
We'll
What?
duct tape his organs back into his self. Or just have him hold it under his
I'm
armpits.
saying, guys, you guys owe me because you made me laugh too hard.
No.
It's kind of
right.
owing me.
All right.
Like a
Well,
little bloge.
look, basically, you got lumps coming out of you. You're human braille, okay? No one
Dude,
cares
am I a
about that.
superhero? Am I the Braille?
You're the braille. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I was gonna go with Lumpy Bogart as per our as per our movie release of The Creeper. It's out now. Go look at that.
We also have our Patreon up. We're just plugging real hard right now. We got the Patreon. If you spend $5 a month on these beautiful voices, you get to hear our movie commentaries.
All right, so enough sucking our own dicks.
Oh,
You done talking about your gut, Travis?
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to make you guys feel bad.
I was trying
And the level of commitment we put into this show.
Gut busting.
Yeah, true.
Literal gut busting comedy.
Yeah.
And like what I was trying to do was move away from your sorry ass to just normal shit.
All right, well, you know what? I want everyone to feel bad for me. What's wrong with that?
I feel bad, Travis. Now it's coming
Thanks.
out.
I want you to be sad the whole episode.
I am.
Now
I'm
tell
sad
me
man.
something else.
Who's on our mortician slab tonight, Travis?
Tonight,
Yes?
we are talking about a man, and his name is just Jacob Frank.
Common spelling?
Yeah.
Jacob Frank.
He sounds like a salad dressing.
I'll have a little bit of Jacob Frank on the side, please.
Yes,
It,
please.
it sounds like one of those apparel stores you just always walk by in the mall. Like, oh, hey, a Jacob Frank.
Yeah, like-
Don't need anything in there.
Like somewhere that your mom got a gift card to, but she also doesn't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
She'd
they-
rather have a Pier 1 gift card.
Yeah, exactly.
It's mostly women's clothes and scented objects, and there's just one rack of like men's cargo shorts.
Yeah.
that your gift card can never afford.
Right. And that's I mean, spot on, man. I was
Jacob
going to
Frank.
follow that up with something. But who is the salad dressing man?
So the salad dressing man, Jacob Frank, this is a bit of a continuation of last week's episode of Sabotage Sevi.
What?
Oh.
So if you remember from last week's episode, crazy Jew that thought he was the Messiah, but then he bitched out and became a Muslim.
Yep.
Traitor.
Yeah,
We can argue about that all day, but, you know,
that's what happened.
didn't stick to his guns.
So if you didn't listen to
His
last...
Jewish guns.
Oi, 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 oi.
Oy vey. That was the shotgun.
So if you didn't listen to last week's episode, we highly recommend going back and listen to that bitch.
Yeah.
You know, or you just take this as a one-off, because then you'd be an idiot, but, you know.
Yeah. Episode this one -1.
Yeah.
Also, we're tying these two together, and I want our listeners to understand something when they hear the following week's episode, is that these were recorded out of sequence, and once you listen, you'll get it. But it'll make Travis's story about being human braille even funnier.
All right, so you see, Jacob Frank was a Sabbatean.
Oh.
And he believed that he was the reincarnation of the Messiah, Sabbatai Sevi. And he twisted Judaism into something far more blasphemous than Sabbatai ever could imagine.
Yeah, because Sabotage just wanted to like turn it into a hippie commune with money and lots of bush. Fling it, just throwing bush.
Yeah.
So much.
He's spilling bush, he's eating ham sandwiches, whatever, it's cool.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in a
really.
Turkish bath. What?
And also, to throw this in, Jacob Frank is at the heart of the mother of all conspiracy theories.
What? You didn't tell me this was going to be a conspiracy theory episode.
I wouldn't have showed up.
Oh,
Or
man.
I would have showed up with more liquor.
Well, we'll see. I mean, this could be the average 90-minute run, or maybe it's a 3-hour run, because, you know, I might get into some Amen War shit after this, but we'll see.
Dude, we're talking straight up Amen Wars, dude.
Oh, dude.
The greatest conspiracy of all time.
All right, so to give a little quick summary of what happened after Sabbatai's death in 1676.
Right.
In relation to all the Sabbateans, his followers. So most of his followers just simply fucked off.
Okay.
Bad followers.
Yeah, they just gave up on Sabbatai and Sabbateanism because it's kind of stoops.
It's extra religion.
Yeah.
Then the guy who's preaching Judaism doesn't even want to be a Jew anymore.
Yeah.
Come on, guy. Come on, guy. You got one job.
Yeah, even Sabbatai's brother, Elijah, who converted to Islam when his brother did, was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to go back to Judaism.
Okay.
So there were still some Sabbatean communities tucked away in the dark corners of Eastern Europe, or Western Europe. No, Eastern Europe. There's still some Sabbatean communities tucked away in the dark corners of Eastern Europe and the Middle East. The most mystical of them being the Donmei. We talked about them.
Yeah,
Refresh my memory if I was incredibly hammered.
They were the converted, and they lived in the mountains of the Balkans.
Okay.
So they were like the most hardcore bumblefuck motherfuckers. You know, that was like, hell yeah, Sabotage was here, and now he's our boy.
Hardcore bumblefuck is scary.
Yeah, here's the address to my cave.
Yeah, that's like one step before the hills have eyes shit in my book.
All right, so just to add to that theory, the leader of the Dunmay was a man named Osman Baba.
Great.
So there you go.
He sounds like the salad that you put Jacob Frank on.
It sounds like you asked a baby to name himself. Hey, little 9-day-old, what do you want to call yourself?
Osman Baba.
There we go. Osman Baba the First.
He's cute. He smells like shit, but he's cute.
Well, Baba progressed the sectarian religion even further and reversed all 36 prohibitions in the Torah and reversed them into positive commands. So that means that orgies, incest, rape, all these things that were terrible were now good.
It sounds like a stupid, crazy man.
Pretty stoops.
He played the reverse card in Uno. I hate that.
Yeah. Now remember, the Dunmay were all backwoods and shit. So most Sabbateans that still existed weren't as crazy doing all these crazy things. They're trying to lay low because, you know, blasphemy and like shit's terrible.
Right. Watch out for blasphemy. Classic.
All right, so in 1726, exactly 50 years after Sabbatai Sevi's death, a man named Jacob Yebal...
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What was his name again?
Jacob Jabal... Yeah, he was.
This is going well, Cody.
Yeah, it's fine.
He was born in. He was born in Korvo, Klopka, Poland.
Why do you do this to us, man?
He was born in Poland. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those episodes because I don't fucking know how to speak Poland. Thanks, Poland. They got J's and weird fucking lines through shit.
I can't argue with that. You don't know how to speak.
Well, lucky for me because Jacob's
Yes.
he's the guy we're roasting. His name's really Jacob Frank, and we're gonna get into how he got called Jacob Frank.
Great. I love it.
There we go.
So Jacob's father was also a Sabbatean. He was a Sabbatean merchant and contractor. He's one of those idiots that didn't get the memo that Sabbatai didn't do shit.
Okay.
Wow.
But he wasn't as totally crazy as the Dunmay. He's one of those more conservative kind of ones that are like, yeah, whatever, he might have been the Messiah.
Right. So he took one class and then went back to the farm and just pulled up turnips for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Super Mario Brothers too.
Right?
That's where my mind was at, bro.
Great minds think about turnips.
His father moved Jacob and his family to a remote region in the Carpathian Mountains in Romania. That is some bumblefuck shit. Then all the people there are Sabbateans.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I feel like Romania's already desolate, but if you have like Romanian mountains, nearest ATM's like 4 towns over.
Well, yeah. I mean, Romania just got internet 15 days ago, 16 days ago, something like that.
Was it?
Yeah, as of this recording.
Yeah.
it's really fast, though, because they're in Europe. It's like incredibly fast.
Dude, their fucking internet sucks over there.
I see it being run with potatoes.
Koreans, man. The Koreans figured it out.
It's true.
Okay? We don't know shit.
Have you seen
Europe
them
doesn't
play
know dick.
StarCraft?
Do you know why the Koreans' internet's so fast?
Because they're sick.
No, because they built a wall.
Oh.
The DMZ.
Yeah, well, you need fast for StarCraft, you know?
So Jacob was quick to reject the Talmud. Now, if you remember what the Talmud was, that's the rabbinical laws, the kind of Rabbi for Dummies book.
Gotcha.
Right.
That Sabbatai was like, fuck that shit.
Right.
So he was really quick to reject that shit. And I feel like growing up in the Sabbatean village, that's kind of like part of the curriculum, you know? It's not like anything different, you know? This isn't what we believe. Jacob referred to himself as a untutored man, or simply just plain. Basically, this guy was ignorant. He and proud of it.
Are you telling me we're talking about a dumb person?
So what? He's like a layman champion. Is how he's seeing himself.
He was like, "Yo, I'm dumb. Whatever. It's good."
I don't know. It doesn't bother me.
I'm gonna
I
do
don't
me.
think about it.
I'm gonna do me. It is what it is.
Just a bunch of boys doing.
Yeah, heard.
So when you don't learn anything, what would you grow up into?
A family.
DMV worker. TSA.
TSA.
Some kind.
Ooh,
Yeah.
a goat farmer, not a goat herder.
You gotta learn about the goat.
You just
gotta
put-
learn about the
you
goat
put
at least.
Goat bones in the ground, and you get disappointed the next harvest.
I'm gonna get a gyro next summer.
I'm gonna eat for days
Can
with
I
this
bar-
gyro.
Can I borrow some of your milk? I have to make tzatziki sauce for my goat.
Well, no, Jacob, he grew up to be a traveling merchant in the Ottoman Empire. Think about kind of like a used car salesman meets a creepy trenchcoat guy from Resident Evil 5.
Good things on sale, stranger.
What are you
Exact-
buying? What are you selling?
What are you buying? I love that guy. He doesn't have a name.
But that's who he was. He would just sell random textiles, precious jewels, and antiques, whatever he got his hands on.
Red Nines.
Red Nines, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, buy it or don't. I'm a simple man.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know what this
What
is.
does this cost? Who is this? It's got a picture of a person on this coin. I'm gonna tell you, this is the best person you've ever seen. He could come from country that I know. He could come from a Greece. He could come from a Italy. It doesn't matter. It's a good-looking guy. It looks like just like your dad. You want to buy it now,
Where
don't
the
you?
fuck are we right now?
I'm just showing how you do sales.
We're on a great journey right now.
I work for a sales.
Murders and acquisitions.
So similar to any snake oil salesman, Jacob was known to have an ambiguous identity. He was ready to be, speak, relate, perform, or wear whatever made him fit in or make the sale. Guy would just like be like, oh yeah, now I'm this fucking dude.
He buys things at a high price.
All right, so during his travels, he got the nickname Frank. It's a regular old name, just Frank.
Daddy Frank.
Is that all you're gonna give us? Just Frank.
No, I'm gonna tell you about it now. I feel like part of it is that no one could pronounce his last name, like me, like most intelligent, learned people.
You're a doctor
Yeah, I'm a doctor.
for the show.
Okay, so I don't see what you're reading right now. I don't know what his name actually is because you tried to say it. Frank is shorter than what you tried to say.
Yeah.
We can say that much.
not
So maybe
Polish.
it was more of a time saver. You know, like, my name is Thomas, but you can call me Tom.
His name started with an L.
You see how Travis is trying to turn this? Like, oh, it's totally reasonable that I can't pronounce his name. Like, look at all these people who can do it.
Yeah.
No,
Perfect.
Yeah, right?
I got you.
absolutely not.
No, I'll give you a real reason right now.
You,
So-
you piece of braille.
Frank was Braille. Frank was slang for slang.
Keep drinking. Tell me about slank.
All right. Piece of Braille.
I gotta say, like, I learned an interesting
Great.
piece of Braille trivia. The
All
first,
right, hold on, we're taking a
ready?
detour. Yeah,
Really quickly, the first Braille was made by an awl, which makes sense, but an awl was the thing that caused the creator to lose his eyes initially.
Really?
Yes.
Dumb. What a dumb idiot. He wasn't even smart.
Begs the question, how'd you stab both of your eyes out with an awl?
Oh, there's one. There's two.
Can't have that go. Oh, no.
Ugh, a man that never learns his lesson.
Why did I double down on that?
Okay, so Frank was more of a slang to Muslims and Eastern Orthodox Christians that just basically meant Europeans. Mm-hmm. So if you remember back in the Thomas DeMarle episode, he came from the Frankish Empire during the Crusades. So there's like, oh yeah, it's the Franks. Like, so some golden skinned people of the Ottomans saw some pasty motherfucker and was like, I don't know, he's just Frank.
Frank.
Yeah.
That's Frank.
So Jacob was like, oh, all right, that's going to be my new last name because I can't speak Polish because I'm unlearned.
Well, a simple man, I don't need to speak.
Two places in particular he was selling his carpets. Salonka, Greece, and Smyrna in Turkey. Now, if you remember, why is that important?
They gave us Smirnoff.
Smyrna is where Sabbatai Sevi was chilling.
He was born there.
Right.
Yeah. And Salonka?
I don't remember that.
That was where he was sucking on them titties, got kicked out of Greece.
One more time, Travis. One more time. I didn't get that.
It was sucking on them titties, got kicked out of Greece.
Thank you.
So he's fucking chilling in these places that Sabbatai was at.
Sucking on titties.
Yeah, probably.
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know me. So during the 1750s, during Jacob's 20s, he became really good friends with a Sabbatai leader that was taught by Osman Baba of the Donmei. The same leader officiates Jacob's marriage to Hannah, who is the daughter of a well-respected merchant. So he's getting in bed with these Sabbatai Donmei dudes. And the Donmei guy was like, yo, Frank, you got a knack for the Sabbatean shit. You ever think about getting an RV and just like, preaching that shit?
And Frank's like, what's an RV? I'm a simple man.
Frank's like, what are you buying?
Can you stop saying that, Frank? What are you selling? We get it.
Yeah, so he's like, hell yeah, I'll do that. So this Donmei guy takes him on a spirit quest to show him the mysteries of the faith. So probably just banging whores after his wedding.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is my escort spirit, and this is her sister Quest.
Ah, yes.
Quest love.
Ooh.
So after this weekend with the boys, Frank drops his whole merchant shit and goes full-time prophet. First place he goes, the grave of Nathan of Gaza.
And there's benefits, I heard, once you go full-time, once you get over, that 39.5 hours a week hump.
It's the bennies.
Get dental.
Jacob Frank is traveling from town to town, city to city, preaching the Sabbatean anti-Talmud ways.
I'm a simple man.
Simple man. He pops up in 1755 in Podolia in Poland, which is modern-day Ukraine, with a small group of followers. Now, he claimed to have spent a bunch of time with the Donmei in the Balkans, and they had told him something big that will change the world.
Oh.
Can you guess what that might be?
The NutriBullet.
The slap chop, the ShamWow.
He's like,
Flex tape.
I have a pill you can take, and I'll make your dick
into a rhino.
Hard.
I don't know if you're
rhino
joking.
horn.
If you take this pill that comes in a package that has Goku on it, you'll be able to fuck for like 2 hours.
That's a sensu bean.
Yes.
Yeah, flick the sensu bean.
No, he was actually talking about the coming of Revelations. End of the world shit.
Oh!
Whose Revelations?
I don't know, someone's God.
So did he read the Bible, Christ?
He was just
He read the New Testament and was like, Rev?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's basically that whole, like, Jews go to Israel, all the other people burn.
Yeah, Jews go to Jupiter to chill.
Jesus. Can you imagine it spelled like that? Like Jupiter?
Jupiter. Yeah, that eternal storm that's been happening, the red dot, that's actually a yarmulke.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Times they are changing.
Jupiter.
I think I read that storm's dying off in like the next 20.
It's dying off not within our lifetime. I read a similar article, probably like 400 years, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's like, who gives a shit? It's fucking Jupiter.
Do you know that one day we will not be able to download the Domino's app?
Why?
It's just the fact of life. Everything that's born will die. So Jacob was preaching these opposite Talmuds, going against all the rules. He learned these radical teachings from the Donmei. Basically, he believed that there was purification through transgression. And he said that if we all can't be saints, let's all be sinners. So the best way to imitate God is to cross every boundary, transgress every taboo, and mix, as God did, the sacred with the profane.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call that thinking.
No, he was just like,
So what is he championing here? Is he just like, be like God, fuck shit up?
yeah, pretty much. So with that came all the fucking fucked up shit that I mentioned earlier in the episode. He thought orgies were fine.
Well, they are.
Orgies are fine. But incest is not fine. Rape, pedophilia, all those things were no longer sinful.
That's all right.
I disagree with two of those.
Two of them.
Well, orgies, fine. But
Yeah.
then everything else you said was bad.
Incest doesn't hurt anyone.
It hurts your genes.
Yeah, well, not yours. It doesn't fuck your genes up. It fucks your baby's genes up.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, Cody. Well, then maybe you're a Frankist.
to be frank with you.
Oh, you beat me to it.
I did,
That was
'cause
amazing.
I saw you licking your
Wow.
lips, ready to frank.
It's like, Anne Frank.
All
That's
right.
the last. I don't have any other jokes.
Lisa Frank.
Well, that Anne Frank is
Diary of Jacob Frank.
that's like the card you play in Apples to Apples, right? So when
yeah.
you win everything.
Anne Frank, I get to win now. Poor girl.
8 + 8 = Anne Frank.
So Poland at the time, and still is, very conservative. Whether you're Jewish or Catholic, Frank's teachings are not going to fly there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now I think they're going through like some weird super right,
They got a loud conservative voice there now.
yes.
And but I mean, you gotta think about it. Like, if dudes got used to fucking through sheets, and then all of a sudden you said you don't have to fuck through sheets, and I spent like years of my life just ready to get a boner on the other side of a sheet.
Textile shops
And so
out
it's
of
like-
business.
Yeah, it's like, no, this is something I do.
I do it
Get
now.
out of here, Frank.
Yeah.
I fuck through sheets.
I have sex with the sheet. It's inconsequential. You're on the other side of it.
Right, exactly. They had different types of orgies there.
So one night, Frank shows up with his Sabbatean party for a ritual.
Okay.
He brings his followers to a locked house.
Oh.
And during this ritual, and the ritual involved, fucking orgies, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
Some normies show up
What?
and climb through an open window that was unlocked.
They're probably wearing Crocs.
And what they saw there was the most, I don't know how you say this word, heretical?
Heretical.
Is that heretics?
Heretical. Yeah.
Heretical religious orgy.
You're welcome.
I'm talking about dicks and vaginas, dicks and butts, dicks and dicks. It was all out sexual warfare.
When you say dicks and dicks, I just imagine those matryoshka of Russian nesting dolls. Like,
Yeah,
until it's like a
exactly.
micro penis that you just can't see.
Right, like those 13-year-olds that spend a lot of time to do stacking cups on YouTube, but it's all dicks. And these people breaking into the house, they're like the opposite of party crashers. Come on, straighten it up. Get that dick out of that dick. Get that dick out of that butthole.
You don't know where that dick has been in your dick? These normies are like, whoa. We gotta go run back to our rabbis. And they tell the rabbis about this shit, and the rabbis are fuming. And they're like, not in this town. So, not in this town,
motherfucker. I can't.
Yeah.
I just want to see rabbis, just a gang of rabbis, just say that as black as possible. Not in this town, motherfucker.
So the rabbis go run off, and they tell the local authorities, the police, because that shit's not gonna fly anywhere. It's fucking old school Poland.
Jews calling the cops on people?
Yeah.
And a bunch of, like, as you said, a bunch of Sammy Davis Jr. style Jews just running in there.
Yeah.
What's happening? What world have you created,
Yeah.
Travis? What
Well-
kind of history are you relying on us?
Well, Frank claims, after this whole thing went down, Frank claims that he had deliberately opened the window of the house in order to compel his believers to show themselves publicly and not conceal their actions for the decades that they have been concealing their actions. So, like, hey,
Okay.
check it out, dude. We're just banging everyone.
Look at this.
Check it out. Look at this.
Not charging nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you just, like, pull your pants down in public and say, look at this.
But they were in a house with
Yeah.
a window open.
Yeah. So Frank's followers were imprisoned, but Frank got out scot-free because the local authorities believed him to be a Turkish citizen and not Polish.
That's racist, Travis.
Yeah, why?
Scot-free.
So Frank runs off to Turkey for a little bit to let the heat blow over. And the rabbis that kicked him out of town were like, hold up. We have another dickhead running around saying that, all these Jews should start committing blasphemy and going against the Talmud. Remember Sabbatai Sevi, guys? You remember?
I remember.
You remember him?
Not really.
He was a dude that ate ham sandwiches.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
The only Turkish man who went to Greece and got Cubans.
And they're like, wait a minute. Judaism is not fun. There's not supposed to be any orgies. No orgies here.
No orgies in Judaism. Read it in the scroll.
It's very sad.
It's very simple. From right to left. Read it.
Do you know how many holes you have to cut into sheets for an orgy?
The same amount as holes in Swiss cheese that you put on the Cubano.
Save yourself some time and just get a net pencil deck.
Yeah, why don't you just make a mini sheet that you put on your eyes so you can read Travis's human braille that tells you to fuck shit?
Yeah, dog.
These are just nipples.
There's a message inside.
Keep your eyes very closed. Bird box yourself. And touch Travis's body.
Oh! My papa!
Why are those 6 nipples?
So these rabbis, they're like, we got to do something. And they place a universal Karim.
Is that a curse?
The thing I said that I couldn't pronounce last time. Karim.
A curse from Kareem?
Yeah.
I forgot.
That's the excommunication in Judaism.
Right.
So they placed that shit on Jacob Frank and all of his followers. And then they made it an obligation for every pious Jew to seek out him and his followers and expose them.
Blackballed.
Yeah, whatever that means. Is that racist?
Just means you have a mark against you.
All right, well, whatever, Cody. Moving on.
I think we should.
Blackballed. And we're talking orgies? Is everyone's involved in this?
Blackballed. You got olived up. You're Karim Kalamaded.
Give me a Karim job.
So, Frank, he's not dealing with any shit. He's in fucking Turkey right now.
Great.
So, in early 1757, Frank officially converts to Islam, which was a great honor to the Turkish authorities. And whether or not he believed it, it might have been like a cover-up. He was like, Sabbatai did it, so fuck it.
Right.
What's good for the goose is good for the rabbi.
It's kind of like I'm kind of reading something, and I'm going to say this. I'm extremely ignorant. I'm as frank is. Remember that time that sports player got moved to another team, and everyone was excited about it, but the original people who were fans of the other team weren't happy about it?
Yeah, boy, you fucking...
And you could use any analogy you want. It always happens that way, right?
Uh-huh.
Some people are very happy to have a man like LeBron James on a team, or what's another sport?
Deron Jeebers.
Wayne Gretzky.
When
Yeah,
Michael
he did it.
Jordan got traded to the Yankees.
Yeah, that was rough at the end of Space Jam.
Yeah, that's one of those sports
I think it
movies.
was a sock.
Yeah, so look, I mean, I know a lot about sports, and I just want to make that. I want to make that bridge to some of our listeners.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I don't get into specifics, but it's like when your favorite player is like different all of a sudden.
Except Jacob Frank is like, you just traded like a AAA baseball player to like the Yankees.
Dude, no, he's on the circumcised orgy team, and then all of a sudden he goes to the bow at a wall 3 times a day team. It's different.
All right. But while he's officially a Muslim, he takes secret visits to Poland to confer with his followers
The Polish.
on the down low.
Okay.
Right. So what are the regular Sabbateans to do? What are his followers to do? I mean, they're being hunted by the Jews. Like, just kind of put that together.
Right.
Hunted by the Jews.
Well,
Kind of backwards.
yeah.
It's kind of backwards.
The hunted becomes the hunter.
Will they let their faith protect them?
Great.
Will they keep on warning fellow Jews that the end of days are coming?
Why do you sound like a drunk guy at the end of a 70s cartoon?
I don't know. This is the way I talk. I'm like Shaggy, but older.
Will Batman find the Joker?
Look at this spinning newspaper for your
Well,
answer.
Sabotage. Well, Frank. Well, Frank and Sabotage. I don't know. Well, Frank was no Sabotage. You know, he's not going to wait for the Sultan or the King to send them off to prison, right?
Okay, so he made his own prison.
I hate waiting to go to prison. It sucks because it's just more waiting after you wait.
Yeah. Well, also, besides the point, like, if Frank went to prison right now, he didn't have enough money to get that Pablo Escobar jail treatment that, like, Sabotage had.
Right.
Where he was just like, hell yeah.
Right, he gets to go to jail, but it's like a big room, and there's like a private bathroom, and there's all kinds of rugs, and there's like birds to look at, and
He won't get that.
Yeah, I was thinking instead of like, you know, the sliding jail bars, it's like those Japanese paper walls. You can just... Hello.
We got to replace that wall. He was doing a dramatic thing in there.
And didn't come back.
Yeah, exactly. One of his visitors.
But replace the wall before we apprehend him.
Yes.
No, Jacob Frank ran to the nearest Catholic bishop, a man named Mikola Dembowski. Mikola Dembowski.
Your cat walked on the keyboard again.
Yeah, and he whined about his treatment from the rabbis and explained that Sabbateans rejected the laws of the Talmud and that they only believed in the laws of the Kabbalah. And then he went on to brown-nose the bishop and said, in the Kabbalah, we believe the same as the Christian doctrine. We believe in the Trinity. Mm-hmm. So we think that the Messiah, or the Deliverer, embodies the three divinities. And Frank's three divinities were the good God, the good brother, and the maiden.
Why not the good maiden?
She's a dirty maiden. There's nothing good about that.
Well,
I mean, it is good, but...
So wait, what is it?
I mean, I like a dirty maiden.
What is it? The good brother, the bad brother, and the
good,
ugly maiden?
The good God, the good brother, and the Iron Maiden.
Oh, sorry.
The things you learn listening to this goddamn podcast. Also, quote us on your thesis, because you need to.
Yeah, because we're all Eddies right now.
Yeah, a bunch of Eddies.
Also, slip us a 5-star and a nice comment.
That's right. Dude, plug night. It's plug night.
Yeah, plug it up.
That's
Plug
right.
that hole.
Plug the hole. Heavy Hole Podcast. Plug the hole.
Patreon, look at it.
Watch our Patreon. We got movies and commentaries.
So the bishop was like, fuck yeah, I'm a 5-star Frank right now. 5-star, 5-star. He took all Frank's followers under his wing. He was like, dude, we're now going to call you the anti-Talmudists, or simply Frankists.
Okay.
I like anti-Talmudists.
It doesn't roll off the tongue, but
It's sexier on a Scrabble board.
it's got a lot of st in it. You know,
Frank.
Frank.
So these Frankists are now under the church's protection.
Great.
And they whined to the bishop. They kept whining about these fucking rabbis. And the rabbis are like, give us our heretics. Because, we don't agree with them Frankists. They're stupid.
Just imagining all these staunch rabbis. Motherfucker, that's stupid.
Why am I not reading right now?
And the bishop, the Mikol Dibabas Quezovist.
Oh, wow.
So the bishop was like, I hear you, Frank.
I get microaneurysms every time.
I hear you, Frank. These rabbis, they're really annoying. And they don't believe in the Trinity. So you know what I'm going to do for you, bud?
What's that? What you got?
I'm going to burn all copies of the Talmud and the Torah in Poland.
Thank you.
Dunzo.
That's all I ever wanted.
Book burnings always lead to a better future.
Yeah, so they...
100% of the time. And if a book tells you otherwise,
Burn it.
They broke into all the synagogues in every Jewish home in Poland and burnt 10,000 copies of the Torah and the Talmud, destroying centuries of Jewish culture.
wow,
That's
fuck.
a lot of man hours back then.
Yeah.
This is pre-printing press. This is on extremely long paper.
No, we have the printing press.
This is pre-printing press. Come on, guy. Come on, guy. Help me paint a picture right now.
Not everyone had a printing press, so it was pre for some people, including Polish people.
Yeah, whatever.
This guy
right.
History.
Yeah.
History.
Thank you, Cody. Thanks for bringing it back in.
All right, well, just to bring it back in the time period, Jacob Frank knows about America. He knows about democracy.
The best democracy.
Well, why didn't he come here to express his religious freedom then?
We'll see about it.
Well,
we'll see about that.
Cheapskate.
So now, a supposed Jew, Jacob Frank, just fucked his whole community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burned your books, dog.
All of a sudden, that bishop, Skalawalowitz, that bishop dies. And, like, during the book burnings. And there was, like, a record scratch.
He stood in it.
Oh, yeah. There was, like, a record scratch, and all the rabbis just, like, turned their heads around and, like, oh, shit. Look at Frank right there. He's got no one protecting him.
Oh, shit.
And Frank's like, oh, god damn, I gotta go back to Turkey, don't I? So he runs away to Turkey, leaving all of his followers.
Runs the whole way.
Yeah.
Benny Hills all the way home.
Yeah, all 14 city blocks.
So the king of Poland, August the 3rd.
Who no one listened to.
Yeah. He hears about Frank and his boys. And he's like, yo, what's with this vigilante justice removing people from my country? These Jews believe in the Holy Trinity. I want them back. Right now. Bring them back.
Yeah.
Bring them back.
Got a warranty on those Jews.
So Frank comes back to Poland.
Bitch.
And he keeps prophesizing. He goes to the village of Iwani. Well, all right, you could sigh. That one I think is right.
Well, it also sounds
We
like
don't know. We don't know.
It sounds like a Native American scarf.
All right, well, it's in Poland.
All right.
And in that town, he declares that he is the direct successor to Sabbatai Sevi and has received revelations from heaven, and that he is a transmigration or a reincarnation of the divine soul that resided in Sabbatai Sevi.
Convenient.
Yeah, so basically, he's a reincarnated Sabbatai Sevi.
Great.
He's the Messiah.
Who already
piggybacking.
doesn't look good.
Yeah.
It's not good. I mean, like, you know, I could be well, actually, that will look pretty good to, like, the Alex Jones type. If I was the reincarnated version of David Koresh.
Hey.
There would be followers. You're right.
They're right.
Contexting this,
Yeah.
I've come to a realization
Way could
that
go.
maybe there's more weight than what we'd like to say.
Yeah.
Maybe there's more Waco than we'd like to say.
Yeah, one Waco's enough.
I doubled up on dad jokes this episode.
Yeah,
It's all right. I haven't said that many, have I?
Yeah, I'll take yours.
Take mine.
Travis, you have one left.
Well, in the spirit of Sabbatai Sevi, he preaches that all Jews should convert to Christianity.
Good dad joke, Travis.
That wasn't my dad joke. I still got it.
Oh, okay.
Still got it. It's going to come out.
Like your hernia.
Yeah. I wonder why they would convert to Christianity. Could it be that, maybe the Christian king just gave Frank a favor,
Yeah, he just gave him a shit ton of coupons to Subway.
Well, Frank's plan, which he told to his followers, which was laid out by God, was that converting to Christianity would be a short transitional period in a long spiritual journey. Frank believed that religions were temporary, kind of like a man putting on a different suit and then discarding them at any time.
Cool.
The ultimate goal of these conversions and tribulations was, at an undetermined time, Frank would receive instructions from God to create a future religion that Frank called Das, or the knowledge.
Or MS-DOS.
MS-DOS. Wow, this is where it starts?
This is it.
Yeah.
Clippy.
Well, it makes
Bonsai
sense,
buddy.
though. If you're trying to get a follower of Jews to, come be on your side of things, it's kind of like when you're in third grade and they teach you cursive and they give you the guided line in the middle, and that's Jesus Christ. But you don't need Jesus Christ because you're going to grow up and draw better.
Yeah, you're going to become a tattoo artist, the only people that need cursive.
Exactly. So no one can read your tattoos that you have.
Oh,
Your eyebrows,
you spelled that wrong? No, I didn't. That's a squiggly.
Yeah.
Wow. Just imagine Travis being a lawyer. Like, if you would direct your attention to this clause, it's a squiggly, Your Honor.
So the only way for his followers for him to like reveal Das was if they traveled down a new road to Israel. Frank called this the Way of Isu, and that road was traversed with the unbridled flow of life, which liberated man because its force and power was not subject to any law.
Placenta.
So in order to live this unbridled flow of life, you didn't give a fuck. You don't care about any laws. It's like Bam Margera if he made a religion.
Which would be so sick. The rehab religion.
I feel like he did. No one caught on to it.
I'll be very candid right now. Brendan DiCamillo made the religion.
Oh yeah, he did.
Bam Margera just wore it.
Fucking idiot.
He's not dead yet. Shh.
I don't care. So this was a religious anarchy. Frank was basically saying, abolish and destroy all teachings, practices, any construct of power. But he did say it all must be done in secret.
Oh.
Frank's motto was Massa Duma, which translates to
Incognito.
Incognito mode. It translates to the burden of silence.
Incognito mode.
Incognito
exactly.
mode. I do weird things in incognito mode.
You wouldn't believe how dehydrated I get when I have an incognito window open.
Oh, it just goes, man. And I praise Google every day for incognito mode. Thank you, Chrome.
My Chrome?
My Chrome.
Yeah, but you know that when you go into incognito mode, there's like a ping at Google. It's like,
look at this.
Oh, look at what he's doing right now.
Dude,
check it out.
You're not going to believe what he's looking at.
It's fine, because some weirdo has to look at the weird shit I look at.
And that gets you off.
Yeah, exactly. I actually just put on some weird shit and then turn my swivel chair around and beat off into nothing.
Oh, they know what I'm looking at.
Oh, man. Giraffe porn. I don't look at it, but someone does.
Someone has to.
That's their job.
So Frank sets out and starts discussing converting to Christianity with the Polish Catholic Church. Now, the Polish Church was a little bit suspicious. Obviously, they didn't know this whole idea that he was trying to found a new religion. But at the same time, they're like, this might be an act. Because this guy, he's just not very trustworthy.
He doesn't seem it from a distance.
Little slime.
All of a sudden, while he's having these discussions, the Protestants pop in, and they're like, yo, Frankus, you want to be up on our team?
They just pop in?
Yeah, they're like, hey.
You mean David Protestant himself?
Look at this.
David Miscavige Protestant?
Oh, he just pops in, he goes, Frank! I've been looking for you, Frank!
Yeah, no, it's all the Catholics like, oh, converting Jews, what fun!
Pop instant.
Right. What fun indeed. I mean, by force or by whim. It's a good time.
No, but Frank stays true to his Catholic Polish church, decides that him and his followers should be baptized.
This is confusing.
Just water, guys. Chill out. You dry your head off later.
Splash that bitch with water.
Put in super soaker.
They dunked me. I can't swim. I'm still Jewish. I'm just a wet Jewish guy.
So in 1759, Frank is baptized at Lwow. It's Lwow with a weird squiggly over the O. Tell me how you pronounce that.
One more time.
Cody, how would you say it?
What is it?
It's L-W-L accent. Oh, sorry. L-W-O accent W.
L-W.
O with an accent over it. W.
Wow.
Lwow. Yeah, see? You're stumped. Fuck you.
It sounds like the name of a sports radio DJ.
Yeah, so he gets baptized at Lwow, and then 2 days later, he's baptized again at Warsaw, which I know how to pronounce.
Double baptizing.
Yeah, so basically this shit is
boy.
like a big old PR stunt because there's like no TVs. He's just doing the second baptism for like, fuck yeah, dunk me again, dunk me.
He's gonna get pruny.
Jacob Frank takes his new Christian name, Joseph. So he's changed his name twice
I
now.
don't like this.
And he takes his Christian godfather, who is no other than the King of Poland, August III.
I thought you were going to say Marlon Brando.
It's a good way to pull a favor.
Yeah.
Hey, Daddy.
So over the course of the year, 500 Jews convert. The next year, 1,000. And by 1790, 26,000 Jews converted to Christianity.
Wow.
Wow, that's not even that much, but, like, they don't have a lot to work with to begin with.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Jews. There's like 2 million, I think.
Well, it's
At the time.
at the time. Today, it's 2% of the world's population.
Right, that's billions, millions.
Which brings you, 2% is extremely low.
Yeah, but it's millions.
It's millions. They got more weight now. I mean, they got Steven Spielberg bringing you things like E.T.
Yeah.
And they got Woody Allen.
He's bringing you things like Reese's Pieces and My Sister.
And dating your stepwife.
Daughter.
Ugh.
So even though Frank and his converted Christians, they were technically Christian, the Polish church kept an eye out on them. They're like, all right. Well,
You technical Christians.
technical Christian. Yeah, exactly.
I'm watching you.
Digital Christian.
Digital.
Look at my URL code.
Imagining like ear tags. Like, I'm watching you. Technical Christian.
Technical Christian.
Technical Christian.
So remember Frank's whole burden of silence, right? So he's doing all that Sabbatean shit behind closed doors.
Ah.
Okay.
He even forbid any of his followers to marry Christians because he wants to keep that incest going, dude. Don't marry the Christians. Bang your sister. Don't matter.
I mean, like, just not Christian. That's not incest.
Yeah, but remember, small villages.
All right.
Shit happens.
Shit happens.
I don't even know where to go with this.
What hole did I
Let's
fall into?
You fell into a hole. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Hold on. You fell into a hole.
How do I get out?
You listen to the Heavy Hole podcast.
Oh, come on,
and then
Tom.
you take
Stop plugging.
Yeah. I'm plugged.
All right. After the church extracted confessions from 6 of his followers, saying that Frank was the true reincarnation of the Messiah, not Jesus. Because, Christians, Jesus is the Messiah. Like, no, Frank is.
Okay, I mean, I don't bite this guy, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Frank was arrested and convicted of heresy.
Oof.
And in 1760, Frank was arrested and sentenced to exile for teaching heresy in Warsaw.
That's not too bad for heresy. Heresy usually has a steeper price.
Depends on how deep your pockets are.
Yeah.
If you have followers and you get heresy, you just suck a few dicks and you move along.
So this exile was not your usual exile.
Oh, fancy exile?
It's not like, fuck off this island, Napoleon.
Right, exile Benedict.
Can I get exiled to a sandals?
He was exiled to a monastery in Ksezolaskva for 13 years.
16, 13.
13 years.
How are you fucking number
I'm
enunciation
drunk.
up?
I drink beer.
Actually, this is the drunkest I've done this podcast in a while.
Yeah. So he's not really exiled, he's like imprisoned. And much like Sabbatai, all of his followers came to the same town as his monastery, and they like hung around and they were like, hey, this imprisonment is kind of like a martyrdom. Frank has set up their homes around the monastery and kept in constant contact with Frank, who they now called the Holy Master.
Too many name changes.
Yeah, grow up.
Or just like Sabbatai's followers called the prison the Holy Fortress of Strength,
Whoa.
Frank's prison monastery was called the Fortress of Strength. So like, oh, you're in prison, you're so strong.
Yeah.
So strong.
So strong, man.
Look at those deltoids.
Over time, his imprisonment started to lax a little bit. Frank was able to deliver his mystical speeches and edicts, even have some orgies on the side.
Yes.
Why
It's
not?
really important.
He's saying to all of his followers, keep following that way to Isu, and eventually we're going to get that new religion dust, and we're going to get that shit established. So don't worry about it, bro.
It's going to be good.
So, in 1770, he's still in jail. Frank's wife, Hannah, dies. She was the maiden in the Holy Trinity
Yes.
in the whole religion of Frankism. So the focus shifts to his 16-year-old daughter, Rachel.
Oh.
Which Frank, he renames her Eve. You know, Adam and Eve.
Frank and Eve. Cool.
Dad, leave me alone. I have a future.
Your name is Eve now.
Stop calling me Eve. Stop it.
Stop it! No, she buys into that shit. She's like, fuck yeah, I am the female aspect of God.
I love my dad. It doesn't matter how much he's hurt me. I love my dad.
She doubles down and she says that she's the reincarnation of the Virgin Mary.
Wow, she just goes. So Frank goes, daughter, your name's Eve. Listen to me. And she goes, my name's Eve, because I'm doubling down, and I'm also the goddamn prodigal bitch.
My name's Mary now.
Although, when you look into it, it was probably highly unlikely that she was a virgin, even at 16 years old.
You.
Because let's just say there was a little bit of a Ivanka-Donald relationship going on between...
That's the worst
Frank.
relationship.
No,
We don't do politics.
I'm not doing politics, but that's creepy as shit.
All right, it's creepy. It's creepy.
I like how you
Politics.
think incest is Donald's politics.
Yeah.
I'm not removed from thinking that.
No, there was an Ivanka-Donald relationship going on.
As much as I like a good wall ride, and especially a good kickflip into another wall ride, no politics.
It's a long
here.
wall.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a long wall.
let's just remember, in Donald's administration and also Frank's religion, incest is not a crime. All right, we're going to talk about that a little later, though.
Okay.
Moving on. 1772, Russia invades Poland,
I can't believe it.
and
Why?
they release Frank from prison.
Because, they got invaded.
Well, Frank had actually buddied up with the Russian nobility while he was in prison, because I guess he saw this coming.
Help me, Ivan.
What, was like Russian nobility in the cell next to him?
Don't worry, when I get out of here, I'll take care of you.
Watch this.
I don't care about your religion. I just want to fuck shit.
Then he Eastern promises and put a cigarette out.
Oh, you beat me to your
Exactly.
So, after he's released, Frank moves around Europe, and eventually he settles in Offenbach in Germany. So you can say that because it's not Polish.
You got it.
Yeah.
Frank then dubs himself a baron. Says, why not? I'm a baron now.
It's easy.
You can call yourself whatever.
Yeah.
He's been doing that the entire episode.
Pretty much. He went from to Frank, and now we're Baron.
Baron Jacob Frank.
Don't forget, what was it, the Holy Master?
Holy Master.
Holy Master and Sizable Boy.
All of his followers flock to Offenbach. And he hires a detail of paid mercenaries to protect him and his court.
Paid mercenary.
Paid mercenaries.
Not those fucking volunteer mercenaries.
No.
Don't need no intern mercenaries.
You're not getting anywhere with volunteer mercenaries.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work that way. They're just trying to steal your Capri Sun.
And get scholastic credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Get those ploids.
Yeah, them. I wonder how those stack up to the USD nowadays.
Probably better.
Yeah, much better. And also, since I've been editing the episode we did last week that's going to come out next week, we do talk about ploids then. So keep your ears open.
Oh, hell yeah.
Themes.
Right?
Themes.
We're just running
We're all
by.
about themes.
A man of Braille, a man of ploids. It's just beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
A man of Judaism. Let's bring it back to the
Bring it
homeland.
back to the Holocaust.
Let's go to
Whoa.
40 days, 40 nights. Let's walk across. Stop with this anti-Semitist shit. Is that a word, Semitist? I don't know. Semitist sounds like a guy who makes little sculpture cemeteries.
Yeah.
I'm a thematist.
I'm a Thebetist. So, he gets in the swing of meeting all these European rulers in the surrounding region. He meets with Tsar Paul I of Russia, and then he checks out Joseph II of Austria. He's schmoozing, right?
Checking shit out. Kicking the tires.
And so one of the ways he got into these royal courts was he said that his, first of all, he was still hiding behind the fact that he was Christian. Mm-hmm. But he would tell the royals that his daughter Eve was the illegitimate daughter of Catherine the Great of Russia.
How? So she's half horse or something? History.
There you go.
That's the right person, right? I did it?
You can't disprove it. I just said illegitimate.
What was his real goal? Well, he wanted these European countries to make war with Turkey in order for him to open a path to Israel.
Oh.
Because remember, the whole goal is to get the Jews back to Israel.
And he goes the whole.
Yeah, and he horses the illegitimate daughter of dad.
Got it.
Conspiracy time!
Oh, no.
Yes!
Yeah!
Bam. 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 Down. Down. Down.
That's the conspiracy song. Conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
All right. So while Frank is drifting around, mixing and mingling around Europe's elites, it's said that he had close contact with two people, Adam Weishaupt and Meyer Amschel.
Okay.
Now,
He went back and fixed that one, did you notice?
I
Thank
did
you.
because it's regular. It's not Polish. Polish is
Irregular, apparently.
No, Polish is the elfin language of Europe.
I believe it.
So, Adam Weishaupt was a German philosopher and professor of law in Bavaria, and Meyer Amschel was a Jewish banker that had recently converted to Catholicism. Sounds like a Frankist,
Yeah.
right? That's what they were doing. That's everyone at the time was doing that.
It's in.
And Meyer Amschel had recently changed his name to Meyer Amschel Rothschild.
A lot of name changing.
Rothschild, eh?
Does that ring a bell?
IRA
does.
Rothschild.
All right. So in 1776, led by Weishaupt, the three of them founded a group called the Illuminati.
Wait, why does that sound familiar?
Dun, dun, dun. Illuminati confirmed.
Shaking your bones one day at a time.
Is that an eye on your nipple?
So in the Illuminati, Frankist thought and Kabbalist law were at the heart of the group. And you could tell through all the symbolism, right? That fucking eyeball pyramid and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
So weird.
Rothschild was the father of international banking, whose family lineage controlled the global economy going forward.
What? A Jew controlled the economy?
Yeah, but he was
What?
he was a Frankist. He was a converted Catholic.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, and you're going to keep going with the story, and I'm just going to put it all inside my body.
Yeah,
Feed me, Travis.
I'm feeding you. And even more evidence to the Rothschilds was that their descendants, a man named Lord Walter Rothschild, was the co-author of the Balfour Declaration, which essentially set up the Jewish state of Israel. And the Rothschilds dumped billions into infrastructure and defense into Israel. And isn't that what Jacob Frank wanted all along?
Pretty much.
He wanted the Jews to return to the kingdom of Israel.
Oh my God.
I'm doubling down on that.
What she said.
Jacob Frank is the mastermind of the Illuminati.
Fuck! We have to start a new podcast now.
Yeah. They're on
have
to
to.
us.
I know, right?
Look out for eyes and triangles, lads.
Tell me something.
Tell him the thing.
I'll tell you the question. How did he die?
In 1791, at the age of 65, Jacob Frank has several apocalyptic. It's not epileptic. It's apocalyptic. Apocalyptic. Strokes. He has a bunch of strokes.
He has strokes.
Apocalyptic?
It's not apocalyptic. He had a bunch of strokes. Motherfucker had a stroke and died. But that's not the end of our story. There's a few other things I need to mention. Because this is some big news, man. They're controlling the global bank, the global economy.
If you're listening to this through a web browser, you might want to switch to incognito mode for the rest of this, because we're going to tell you something that the government doesn't want you to know.
Gotta get rid of those cookies like a Girl Scout.
So his followers were still strong, and they were looking for a new leader. So they turned to his daughter and possible lover, Eve Frank, who they call the Holy Mistress.
So he's the holy master. That's horrific. Edit none of that.
No, it's all.
So in the year 1800 of our Lord, Eve sends out red letters because it's written in red ink or something. I don't know. Scarlet letters to the Jewish communities, encouraging them to convert to Frankism.
Okay.
But as the 19th century progressed, Frankism and its followers and funding started to fizzle out. And as the money dried up, Eve continued to live a life of luxury, trying to keep up with the royals. She was trying to mix and mingle, right? Mm-hmm. Her debts mounted to 3 million Bavarian gulden, which I could not find a conversion to.
Ass loads of money.
A lot of fucking money. And eventually the Duke of Hesse sent debtors police after her, and she escaped. Possibly ran off to America and died in poverty in 1816.
Oof.
But the Frankist movement continued into the mid and late 19th century, until eventually the only people that were practicing Sabbateanism and Frankism were the Don May in the Balkans, which still some of them are still practiced today.
Okay.
But that said, did it really die? Because he could have lived on in the secret society of the Illuminatus.
I mean, you don't die when you're in the Illuminati. That's the rule, right?
It's impossible. You're right, Cody.
Yeah, you're
like a
just
perk.
Rothschilds, Illuminati, Denver Airport. Check out that weird horse. It's built by the Illuminati.
What the fuck?
No, serious. If you look at the Denver Airport, it's a weird Illuminati fucking bomb shelter with the fucking tents, and there's a fucking weird.
Look,
right.
I am ready to just explode with excitement. I love a good conspiracy. And this guy you brought in tonight, who's leading into all my conspiracies.
Even the Jewish conspiracies.
Oh my goodness, amazing.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. So,
Wunderbar.
So let us know what you think. Do you think that the Frankists are really dead, extinct, besides the Don May? Are they, like, at the heart of whatever you bank at? Chase? Chase? You go in, you're like, hey, let me get, like, 620s to do cocaine with. And they're like, well, have you ever heard of Frankism? Huh? Have you ever heard of it?
Have you?
I mean, you should probably do more cocaine because it's against the rules.
Have you ever been frank with yourself? Yeah, that's how those people, like, start. Have you ever been frank with yourself?
And they're like, yeah, let me bang your wife.
Look at the sheet with a hole in it.
No, I don't believe in sheets, dude. There's no sheets in Frankism. They threw that sheet aside.
So we did a by accident two-parter.
Yes, we did.
Uh-oh.
We talked about one Jewish man, and then we went into another Jewish man.
Mm-hmm. That's how life goes. That's how life is.
And they're both a bunch of flim-flam artists, and none of them are, like, good people. So that's good. That's perfect roast material, which I hope we belittled them enough for our listeners.
Yeah.
It's verklempt.
I mean, hold on. Let me just pull this up real quick before we end. Mm-hmm. Because you saw what Sabbatai looked like. I put the episode out. Or the picture out, and you saw what he looked like. He just looked like a regular guy.
Yeah.
A Jewish man.
But Sabbatai, there's not many, but Frank, there's not many pictures of him. But the ones that do exist are very, very Jewish.
Yeah? Go on.
Here's a picture of him at Ben's.
To the point where,
Kosher.
I don't know if you can see some of these pictures here.
What the?
There's a very large thing in the middle of his face.
That nose doesn't end.
He's a Disney villain. Look at it.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
Is that his skull?
He needs a yarmulke for his nose.
Oh, Jacob Frank's skull. He's got like an underbite going on here too.
Yeah, well, he lost all of his teeth, man. You need your teeth to not have an underbite.
Yeah. So that is Jacob Frank.
Thank you very much for bringing that in, Travis.
No problem. Maybe we'll have a follow-up if some more...
more Judaism.
No, some more undercover conspiracy. Just open.
Yeah.
Open up to my eyes.
Your Triangle eyes.
I feel like I do want to do a roast on one of the Rothschilds. So I feel like we're going to go into the Illuminati in the future.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're going to go into us.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's when
They're
we go off
already
the
here.
air. That's the last episode.
That's right.
just ghosts.
When we stop putting out episodes, all of a sudden,
Avenge us.
Look at Taco Bell.
Look at Taco Bell and avenge us.
That's right.
It all begins with the canteen at Taco Bell's where they serve liquor, and they're just making the masses dumb with their quesadillas and margaritas.
Yes. All right. So thank you
Not
very much.
sponsored.
Thank you very much for tuning into the Roast Mortem coverage of
Yes.
Jacob Frank. Beautiful coverage, Travis. You can find me at Saunched, SAUNTCHT.
You can find me at Travis Legion on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can find me, Cody, on Twitter at Cody McCann, CodyMCCANN.
And you can find us at Roast Mortem Cast on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we also have a Patreon now.
Yeah, dog.
So you can feed us stuff. And that's at patreon.com/roastmortemcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Help us buy beer and shit.
Help us get beer. And listen to the Heavy Hole podcast. It's also on it. And,
It's also good.
And thank you, Shane.
Yeah, this has been the Tom Plugs Things episode.
That's right.
Plugger Tom.
Yeah, old plugger.
Plug my hole.
You got a receding hairline?
country
Just slap
road
me across your head.
to the place where my plug gets hold.
Where's
Plug my hole.
plugs? Suck my whole plug and roll.
Gate me hole. Plug my hole.
Thank God, bro.
Yeah, that's the end of the episode. I've been abducted by Illuminatus.
What?
An Illuminati has his fingers on my buttholes controlling all my speech.
Oh, like Remy from Ratatouille?
What? That happened in Ratatouille?
It was the head, but you
No, it's a butthole.
It started with Jews, and then it turned into TacoBell.com.
Yeah, TacoBell.com.
Careful now.
slippery slope.
My menorah of chalupas. And anyway, so we have some shit to do right now.
Do we?
We are going to kill some of our fans that tweeted at us.
What?
They might have tagged us on Instagram.
What?
They could have just. You want to just spread the word, and we're gonna kill you. It's a little obituary.
Since when do we do this?
We do it all the time.
Oh my god.
Tom,
And all I have to do is just retweet Roast Mortem Cast?
No, not retweet. You have to fucking make a message about us.
Shoot us or something.
Be like, here's a picture of my booty hole. Roast Mortem Cast.
That's right.
Alright, that works too.
Yeah. All right, Tom. Who's the first person on our obituary slab?
First person up is a friend of the show,
Whoa.
a friend of mine, a friend
Yeah.
of Travis's, a friend of Cody's. Gina.
Yeah. I like Gina.
She does cool as shit tattoos.
Fuck yeah!
She's out in Denver, Colorado, but she's a Long Island girl.
Wait, but Denver. Denver! Ah!
Yes,
That's
precisely.
what weed smoking sounds like. Very good, Travis.
Everyone who smokes weed just yelling at the top of their lungs.
Denver.
Every pop.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so she's out there smoking, and Gina, being a good friend of ours, like, I know for a fact that she does, like, parties like we do, you know? She goes
Yeah.
out and she has a few drinks.
Yeah.
And, like, when I go out and I see Gina in town, we're out, we hang, we shoot shit, and then we take shots of stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Love
we
it.
hang out, we take shots of tequila, we get fucked up, it's
Break
fun.
fluid.
Gina is just being herself at the fullest. She's visiting Huntington. She's back in the zone. She's on Long Island because she comes here every now and then too. She's not a stranger, so she comes around, and I see this firsthand. This is a story, you know, that I can really relate to
Okay.
because I was there.
This is a primary source.
Yeah.
One of our
Firsthand.
favorites.
So
Yeah.
we're out drinking at one of the local establishments in Huntington, and you know, as we do when I take shots with Gina, it's usually with like 10 fucking people. So I'm in a circle of shots.
Yeah.
So we'll take a shot, but her shot wasn't the tequila she asked for.
Oh, fuck.
It was that magic strawberry juice that made Alice in Wonderland oh so big.
Drink me.
Yes,
Drink
exactly.
me.
So everyone's got their shots down. They're looking up. You know how when you take a shot, you're just looking up.
Yeah.
It's the only way to be.
And all of a sudden, Gina's like 10 feet taller than us.
What?
And then she's another 10 feet taller.
Wait, she's through the ceiling
She just
fan?
keeps going through. She's right through the ceiling fan. Abusive ceiling fan behavior.
Oh.
She's fucking just like a giant ass Gina. All of a sudden, like, what the fuck?
She's
Wait, she
ginormous.
like a billion. Oh my God, Cody. Is she like a billion size of tall?
Well, yeah.
My
Of course
joke
she
was
is.
better.
They were both good guys, but Cody's was better. You're right.
All right, well, you know what? A billion size of tall is different.
Ginormous wins.
So Gina's like fucking super tall, and she could see over like the post office and shit at this point.
Wow,
Like,
our post office is huge.
Yeah, it's big. So she's like, "Oh man, how'd I get this big?" And then one of the bartenders like, "Sorry, wrong juice." And she goes, "Oh, well, that's okay, bartender. I'll just live my life." But of course, you can't have people just living your life. So government intrusion. They're trying to tax her height.
Oh,
Fuck that.
What?
They come in, they just fucking IRS in helicopters. They're just like, you can't be this tall without paying the tall tax.
Oh, tall tax.
The tall toll.
Yeah. And she's just like, oh, well, I don't have my wallet on me because that's inside and much smaller. I can't even get into the wallet.
Can't
They're
find
like,
it.
that's not good enough.
Oh my God.
We're the government and you're too tall.
Stick our dirt.
Right. So she's running away from the government helicopter IRS.com. And she's running. She's like, oh, I got to run back to Colorado. It'll only take me like 45 minutes since I'm like
Yeah,
this big now. She's getting bigger and bigger all of a sudden. And now you got governments trying to take her down and all that shit.
I like IRS.com.
Right?
Like,
Right.
it's not gov.
No, it's .com. It's a corporation.
Right. So she is running away from the government.com. And she sees the helicopter, so she kind of like, she's like, oh, maybe I'm going for Denver. And she goes, well, maybe I'll do a little version. And she goes a little bit north, and as she's running, she forgets Dakota Pipeline right there. She trips right the fuck over
That's
it,
slippery.
cracks her head on the Rocky Mountains. Everyone's like, what is this shit? You got a giant tattoo artist just bleeding all over the place.
Oh
Can't
my
have
God.
that.
And she's way too far from the medicinal, so she can't.
Yeah, she's just out of arm's reach of medicinal,
Yeah.
smoky-ass
Because
Colorado.
medicinal weed makes you clot better.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah,
It does everything.
So she bleeds out all over the fucking Rockies, but the wrong way. So Gina, thank you for
R.I.P..
listening. Everyone check out Gina's tattoos at Tattoos by Gina on Instagram.
Fuck yeah.
Fantastic work. Yeah, I have one of her tattoos on me. It's a dinosaur mandala. That's very sick.
Oh, dinosaurs.
She does great work. No joke. A lot of cool like sacred geometry shit. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, check out her tattoos.
Hit her bad self up.
And sorry you're dead, Gina, but that's how it be.
So it happens. Cody, who is the next person to die on our list of people that have to die?
The next person on our list, the person I get the honor of killing, is Witchy Winnie on Instagram. Shouted us out on that platform. She's from southern Mississippi.
Ugh.
Wait, you mean that place with a river?
With that river and too many S's and I's in the state name, fuck that.
MISSISSISSISSISSI ISS ISIS
We should really just call it
Mississippi. So she's in Mississippi. Do you know what's indigenous to Mississippi? The spice bush swallowtail. That's right, Thomas.
What is that? Is that like a booby?
Is that a different?
Booby.
Is that a different name for Chick-fil-A?
You guys are thinking it's a bird. It's not. It's a butterfly. It's a pretty butterfly that has a green butt.
That's green butt butterfly.
It's a green-butted butterfly.
Why do they just call it that?
I don't know, because spice bush swallowtail is way more hilarious, Travis.
All right.
It's a sexual butterfly. But this year, this age, this season, they happen to be swarming like ravenous locusts. And you know what happens when you get bitten? God damn it. By a spice bush swallowtail, Travis? Tom?
I probably nothing.
Spicy butt.
You get a spicy bush, your genitalia begins to itch and burn.
Is this real facts? Are
No.
you giving me real facts?
It's how somebody died, Travis. It's so real. Don't
Okay.
question this.
I'm just wondering. I'm scared.
The spicy bush swallowtail bites you, you get a spicy bush, your genitals begin to itch, and then your tail gets swallowed. That's right, your own body cannibalizes your ass. It dissolves into your body, so you're just a torso at the end of it.
Oh.
You're just a buttless torso. It's a blight on all humanity, especially localized within Mississippi. And your girl, Witchy Winnie, is immune, but she sees this post-apocalyptic, ass-free landscape and decides it's not for her. She doesn't want to live in a world without butts like Tina Belcher.
Okay.
So she just takes all the butts she can. She overdoses on pork butt. Just slips into a food coma to never recover.
That is a great way to die.
Rest in peace, Winnie.
That's excellent.
Damn.
You need the world. Butts make the world go round.
I want to open up a hospice that does that. It's beautiful.
A hospice for people who have absorbed their own butts.
No, just that's how you die. You eat too much pork butt. All right, so in the last.
All right, yeah, okay, good segue.
The last person is 1971 Ford Pinto.
Whoa.
Her name is Michelle. She is from Pittsburgh, PA.
Yeah.
Yeah. She hit us up on Instagram. And I'm going to kill it right now.
Do it.
Oh, she asked me to say Rip Doc.
Rest in peace,
Rest
Doc.
in peace, Doc.
Whoever you
Rest
are.
in peace, amigo.
Whoever you be, rest in peace.
All right, so she's cruising around in her Ford Pinto. I had to do that because she likes Ford Pintos, apparently. She's doing top, maxing that fucking meter out at fucking 20 miles per hour.
Yeah. Burn that rubber.
And she just got a new tat. She's all tatted out, and she's not listening to the tattoo artist. She got it by Gina.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And Gina, it was a really nice tattoo, but she's itching it. She's fucking scratching the shit out of that shit. And one thing you have to know about Ford Pintos is that during one iteration of them, they had flint in the bumper.
Perfect.
Which, there's a really funny video. If you go online, you see the Ford Pinto hit another car, and it explodes.
Yeah, I think I remember that. It was on Mythbusters.
Yeah, so that is the car she's driving. And so she's itching, she's not paying attention to the road, goes off this jump.
Dukes of Hazzard jump.
Just Dukes of Hazzard.
Not paying attention, goes off the jump.
Right.
Freeze frame. Wonder what the Ford Pinto's gonna do now.
She lands, it's over this lake, and she lands in this island that's in the middle of the lake.
Okay.
And little did she know, the Pennsylvanian castaway enthusiasts were having an event there.
Yeah.
You know, Castaway the movie.
Oh, okay.
With Tom Hanks.
Hanks.
So a bunch of men and women that are dirty and in loincloths and having sex with a volleyball.
You beat me to it again.
Yeah. They're all on this island. They're like fighting off the Canadian geese because they wanted to be authentic, and there's no Canadian geese in the
There's none. So this is
Yeah.
the middle of summertime.
It's-
The
yeah.
blazing hip-hop and R&B that is summertime.
yeah, in Pennsylvania.
Right.
So her car comes flying in, and all of them are right about to do the scene where Tom Hanks knocks his tooth out with the
ice skate?
That's a
Yeah.
good scene.
So there's like seven of them all trying to like line up their tooth.
Right.
And this car comes in with the fucking flint bumper, hits one of the ice skates, so it causes that spark, and ignites a big bonfire in front of them. And all of them are like, I have made fire! I have made fire! But she had fallen out of the car into the fire and was just burning, and they're just like all into Tom Hanks' character, like, I am in fire!
They're remembering their lines.
I am in fire!
Yes.
So she dies in this fire, and they're all trying to be Tom Hanks.
Oh, that's rough. That's really rough.
It happens to the best of us. I've seen it.
I mean,
It's recreationalist.
I mean, it's a problem with youth these days. They all just want to be Tom Hanks and Castaway.
It's becoming a statistic. It's sad. It's very sad.